Brought to you by 1AAuto.com, your source for quality replacement parts and the best service on the internet. In this video, we're working on this 2001 Chevy Malibu, and this repair is basically the same for any 97 to 03 Malibu with the 3.1 liter. And we're going to be looking at the Serpentine Belt idler pulleys and checking them, seeing if they're okay, and then if need be, replacing them. Tools you'll need are a jack or engine hoist, 15mm and 18mm sockets with ratchet and extension, and then you need a 3/8 drive. You either need a flexible bar or the ratchet handle. Okay, your serpentine belt, obviously right here on the passenger side of your engine. What you actually need to do is remove this engine mount, which involves removing two 18mm bolts here, and then two 15mm nuts, one there, one down there. Okay, and that is the engine mount, so you either need to support here with an engine crane, or you need to use a jack and support underneath the oil pan here. Do not jack the car up yet. You actually just want to support the weight of the engine. Spray some penetrating oil on those studs down lower. I am going to cheat a little bit. 15mm socket and an impact wrench. No reason you can't reach everything pretty easily with just a regular ratchet and extension. Okay, now I've got my 18mm socket on here. I'm going to loosen up one of these bolts. Okay, and I'm going to start loosening the other bolt. And you're going to see, okay, the engine falling, which is actually more the car rising. Okay, so what you want to do now is take your jack and jack the engine up. Okay, so now it's supporting the engine. You can remove these bolts the rest of the way. Okay, and then this mount, slide it back and right out. Okay, I'm just going to remove these two lines just to make it easier for you to see. Okay, now what you want to do is take your jack and jack the engine up a little bit extra. Okay, so now right down in here is your tensioner. Okay, and what I have is a little flex arm. What you want to do with this flex arm is put it down. There's a 3/8 hole at the bottom of the tensioner. Okay, and you want to put it in just like that. Okay, you can see right here is my bar. I'm going to reach in. I'm going to pull the bar up, which pulls on the tensioner and releases the tension on the belt, and you can pull the belt off and then slowly release your bar back down. Be careful not to pinch your fingers. Take the bar out and then just take your belt off of all the pulleys. Okay, there are two idler pulleys on here. Okay, one here, and then one right down here. Okay, to test those, spin them, listen for any noise, try and kind of shake them back and forth to see if there's any play in them at all. Okay, if you do want to change an idler pulley, 15mm bolt. pulley comes off. And as you saw, mine are in okay shape, so I'm just going to put it back on. And same goes for the one down there. Okay, so here is your belt routing diagram. This is key. Make sure you have this before you take the belt off, and if you don't have this, make sure you draw yourself a diagram similar so you can get the belt on again. Okay, kind of hard to film this, so you're just going to kind of have to take my word that I'm doing what I'm saying I'm doing. Okay, take your belt and you want to put a loop down underneath the crankshaft, which is the lowest, largest pulley, and then the AC compressor, which is the pulley that's lowest and closest to the front of the vehicle. Okay, and then it comes up under this power steering pulley, and right up over here. Okay. Now I'm going to reach down and pull it, I'm pulling it back to this idler pulley here. Okay, and then around and under the tensioner pulley. Okay, and then I can pull it up on top of my alternator right here. Okay, so now I'm all routed except for this idler pulley. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to take my 3/8 bar, put it down in to my tensioner. Use both hands. Pull the bar up. Okay. Grab one of my belt here, slip it under that idler pulley, and let my tensioner go. Okay, so we got a couple of off a little bit here. Okay, so just now check, make sure your belt's on correctly everywhere. It does look like it's not quite on my crank pulley correctly. Pull up again on the tensioner. Reach down. Flip it a little bit. Okay, now it's on there correctly. It appears to be on everywhere correctly. Okay, we're going to kind of just speed through putting this stuff back in. Put the mount back down in there, and then you can let your engine down just a little bit. Start the two top bolts on the mount and kind of preliminarily tighten them up. Then you can let the engine all the way down, take the jack out, and then start your 15mm nuts on top and preliminarily tighten them as well. And here I'm just reconnecting those hoses that I moved out of your way. And now use a wrench, make sure that the mount bolts are tight but not too tight.
We hope this helps you out. Brought to you by www.1aauto.com, your source for quality replacement parts and the best service on the internet. Please feel free to call us toll-free 888-844-3393. We're the company that's here for you on the internet and in person.